Good evening,
Good
everybody.
evening!
Woo!
Good evening,
Good
brother
evening, sister.
Dave!
Good evening,
Namiss kita.
Erica, and to everybody with us tonight. Again, it's the time of the month and another episode of
Singles Diaries.
Your Story here. Your story matters. And hello sa lahat sa mga early birds ngayong gabing to. Sino-sino bang nandyan, Sister Erica, na nakikita mo?
Nakita ko si Brother Rex. Hi, Aya. Si
Oh,
Teresa,
Rex.
Alicia,
Good evening.
Ruby. Sabi niya, bonjour. Sending love from, saan ba to?
Bonjour. Sa
From
France,
France, ata
France.
yan.
Merci,
Yes.
merci, Teresa, merci. So tag your friends and you still have time to invite your friends to join us tonight in Singles
Mm-hmm.
Diaries because we will start this episode with a worship. So wherever you are, in on the road or in your house, we
Yes.
invite you to be in a mode of worship as we come before the Lord, Sister Erica, in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Let's worship the Lord together.
In Matthew chapter 11, verse 28, Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Yes, Jesus invites us to depend on Him. And like what we have heard in God's words, all we have to do is to just come and follow Him. Ask Him, pray to Him with perseverance, and truly, we will experience God's grace that is overflowing with love and compassion. Let's worship God and declare that He is faithful, wonderful, and ever-loving God.
Great is your faithfulness, O God. You wrestle with the sinner's heart. You lead us rise to waters and to mercy, and nothing can keep us apart. So remember your people, remember your children, remember your promise, oh God. Your grace is enough, your grace is enough, your grace is enough for me. Great is your love and justice, God. You use the weak to lead the strong. You lead us in the song of your salvation, and all your people sing along. So remember your people, remember your children, remember your promise, oh God. Your grace is enough, your grace is enough, your grace is enough for me. Your grace is enough, your grace is enough, your grace is enough for me. So remember your people, remember your children, remember your promise, oh God.
Alright, palakpakan natin si Lord. Yes! Good evening
Nakakamiss
ulit,
mag-live
Sister
pa,
Erica.
no? Worship, no?
Woo! Oo nga, nakakamiss. Nadadala ako dito sa bahay. So, magandang gabi ulit sa lahat ng nandito at welcome ulit sa another episode of Singles Diaries. I'm Brother Dave and I'm with
And
Sister
I'm,
Erica.
yes. And Brother Dave, para sa mga ngayon lang natin nakasama sa Singles Diaries, ano nga ba yung Singles Diaries?
Naunahan mo ako doon. Good job. So, ang Singles Diaries, for those who are first-timers, welcome. Welcome to Singles Diaries. We do this every second Monday of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And in Singles Diaries, we do feature letters from our brothers and sisters na singles on different aspects of life. Minsan, love
Yes.
life. Minsan, nakakatawa. Minsan, career. Minsan, kaperahan.
Family.
Minsan, love life, minsan love life, minsan love life. So, uh,
Minsan lang
ul-
live.
ultimately, we use this platform, we use this venue to hear your stories and to learn from each other, and also an opportunity for other singles or kahit hindi na yung singles to
Mm-hmm.
be able to share their thoughts, encouragement, and for also
True.
if nakaka-relate sila dun sa kwento, di ba?
Yes, kaya sabi nga namin ni Brother Dave, hindi naman kami nandito dahil expert kami.
Yeah, definitely not.
That's why we encourage our viewers to also share your comments sa story ng ating letter senders.
So, nandito na si Arvin ng Paranaque, nakapitbahay ni Rowie Ann na nasa Paranaque din. So,
Oo nga.
and also,
Hi,
hello to
Sean!
Shani na nasa Makati. Thank you guys for
Yeah.
being here tonight. And
Oo.
yeah,
Sabi ni Sean, wow, grabe, Brother Dave, haba ng hair mo, ah.
talagang in-skip ko nga yan eh. Para hindi na, talagang,
Siyempre, ako.
pero na-miss lang namin, na-miss namin kayo guys. Kanina magkausap kami sa backstage with Sister Erica and we just realized na this is the first Singles Diary of the year na magkasama kami nag-live kasi
Magkasama.
nung January.
Wala siya. Noong February, ako naman yung wala. So,
But maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Kahit sino pang nandito, nandyan pa rin kayo. Tama?
yes. Si Steph D, nandito rin. Lagi rin yun. Hi, Steph. From Santa Rosa, Laguna.
And si John Joshua Fernandez na nasa YouTube. So lahat ng nanonood sa atin via Facebook Live and those na nasa YouTube, thank you guys for being here tonight.
Yes.
And yeah.
Sabi ni, wait lang, sabi ulit ni Zach. Oh. Hi, Zach. Sabi
Ito
niya, love
nating
the new hair, Kuya Dave.
binasa mo pa talaga yan. Atin-atin lang yan.
Oo.
Isi-segue ko na eh.
Oo. So sa mga
Aanuhin ko.
gusto ang bagong hairstyle ni Brother Dave, pa-heart naman dyan, 'di ba? Para alam naman ni Brother Dave na nagustuhan niya ang kanyang hairstyle.
Wala na. Speechless ako. Bakit naging tungkol sa akin tong gabing to?
Oh, sabi naman
Thank
ni
you,
Jeffrey, parang pumogi ka lalo ngayon, di ba?
Okay. Mukhang tutuloy na tayo sa letter natin, guys. At itong Singles Diaries na episode na to ay hindi tungkol sa akin. At I'm sure excited na din kayo na malaman kung ano ba yung kwento natin ngayong gabing to. Makaka-relate ka ba? Hindi ka ba makaka-relate? Ano ba yung thoughts mo? Pinagdaanan mo ba to? Or posibleng pinagdadaanan mo ito ngayon? Katulad ng letter sender natin ngayong gabi.
Okay. Sabi niya, Hi, Singles Diaries. You may call me Joanna. Hindi po ako Catholic, but I really enjoy watching the feast shows on weekdays. And I decided to write because honestly, I feel a bit lost. I can't seem to discuss it sa churchmates ko because I don't want them to have a bad image of our church or think anything bad. Kasi honestly, everything is okay naman. And like other organizations, of course, wala namang perfect. But I guess I just got really tired and I wanted to try other things. Just to give you a background, I am a full-time worker for our church and have been working there for almost 4 years before I recently decided to resign. I resigned because I feel like sometimes I can't separate my work from my ministry. But the biggest factor is that I really wanted to explore more things. I wanted to try new things. I wanted to learn a lot. I'm already at my 30s early 30s, and praying to hopefully settle down soon. Sana mamit ko na rin si the one. I recently broke up with my boyfriend for 2 years, but that's another story. I know that I just have to be out there and try new things and to also save more money for my future family. Medyo advanced mag-isip. I also want to help my parents now because for the past 4 years, they supported my calling even though we struggled since I decided to join the mission. And since I used to earn higher before, of course, natamaan din naman yung nabibigay ko sa bahay. But they were okay with it. But I feel like it's time for me to give back again. I also feel guilty leaving the mission. I prayed for it before deciding, and there was peace in my heart. But I still can't shake the guilt of leaving just because I'm hoping to be able to learn and save more. I still do serve sa church even with smaller capacities of venue for at least 3 times a month, but I feel like kulang pa din compared when I was working there full time. Maybe I just want to know your insight about these struggles in my spiritual, financial, and career life. What should I do po? PS. I'm still finding the right job for me and praying that I can find one soon. Hope you can pray with me too. Thank you for listening, Joanna.
Palakpakan
Ayun.
natin si Joanna. Si Joanna na na nangahas, na sumulat,
Oo.
at ikwento tong kwento na to. So Joanna, thank you very much for the courage. But more importantly, thank you for the trust na sumulat ka sa
Mhm.
amin. This in spite or is it's despite of background na kinuwento mo kanina. And before we go even further, Erica, syempre, hindi matatapos tong gabing to kung wala tayong
Mhm.
tatawagin at hingin
Totoo
ang
kasi
kanyang
sabi
thought.
nga, oo, tsaka sabi nga natin, di ba, Brother Ray, tayo hindi expert. So, syempre, tatawag din tayo na expert.
So bago natin
Federation,
siya
no?
Oo. So bago, syempre tayo facilitator lang tayo dito, pero kailangan
Oo.
nating tawagin ng ating ang ama ng ama. Sige na. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our builder, Brother Didoy
Brother Dito
Labaton. Brother
Ilbaton.
Dids!
Ay, teka lang.
Ready!
Wait lang hindi ko kinaya yon. Anong ama ka dyan? saka anong expert? Hindi ako expert dito, no? Pare-pareho lang tayong trying to live life together. Saka binabati ko yung buhok ni Dave at ang kanyang glasses. May pauso na naman si Dave. Starting a
Diba?
new trend. Nice one,
Agree.
guys. Thank you, Joanna. What a wonderful message. Sabi nga ni Dave, nangahas or ano ba tawag doon? Nag-courage siyang grabe yun Grabe yun.
Totoo.
Totoo ba to? Totoo namang letter sender talaga to, no? Never naman tayo nag-joke. Pero grabe, nagulat ako sa details and sa niya. Maikli lang, stay there, Erica and Dave. Ako, maikli lang. Alam mo, gusto ko lang sabihin sa'yo, Joanna, saktong-sakto ka. Kasi that has been the message since yesterday. If you've watched the feast talk yesterday by Brother Bo, Brother Alvin, and Odi, it was the parable in the Gospel of Matthew. Tapos babasahin ko lang, maikli lang kasi. Parables of hidden treasure and the pearl. The kingdom of heaven is like a treasure that a man discovered hidden in a field. In his excitement, he hid it again and sold everything he owned to get enough money to buy the field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant on the lookout for choice pearls. When he discovered a pearl of great value, he sold everything he owned and bought it. Alam mo, reflecting on your question and reflecting on the Word of God, I would like to say to you that you have that feelings of guilt, I don't think you need to feel guilty. Kasi you'd never left the mission. You may be being led to a different mission field.
Agree.
Imagine
Let
that.
it simmer, no?
Oo. Ito basag to eh. May power pause nga eh. Yun lang talaga yung gusto kong sabihin. Huwag ka mag-guilty because it is still the Lord. It is still the Lord. It could be probably most likely be part of God's plan for you. It could be God wanting to be more intimate with you rather than you working in ministry. Baka siya ang mas gusto niya na hanapin mo kaysa yung what we do for the Lord. But it's not what we do, but it's who He is in our lives.
Mhm.
And I believe that some people would search Him, some people would stumble upon Him. I believe that even if you felt that you stumbled or you're searching, I encourage you to continue. I continue I encourage you to continue with the mission, whether searching or
Mhm.
stumbling, as long as it is directed to Him. God speaks to you in so many ways: people, uh, words, books, posts. Surround yourself with godly people, and you will be directed to God. And I believe that this is the crisis will lead you to that beautiful calling. I don't know what, I don't know where, but I know who. I know who called you, and that name is the most powerful name. His name is Jesus. So I encourage you, my dear friend Joanna, find Jesus every single day. Find him in your heart, find him in the word of the Lord, find him in the people that you talk to, find him in the wherever you submit your resumes, whatever interviews you may do, or if you need to search your soul, you are just on your way to the kingdom of heaven. A great prize for a pearl or a hidden field. Yeah, sometimes it takes everything until you find the main thing. So I encourage you to search Him. Continue on. I encourage you. Don't lose heart. It is the Lord whom you are serving, not any other human master or any human organization. We are all in an imperfect world. So
Mhm.
be it. Maganda dyan, hindi ka mag-isa. So thank you because you're trying your best to connect with people, to connect with community. Wherever God leads you to go, you're welcome here to be in the feast. You're welcome wherever. I hope and pray that you find Jesus. It is the Lord who is calling you to mission. The mission field may change, but the mission remains the same. I pray that you will find Jesus walking with you along the way. Yan lang po. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Singles Diaries, Erica and Dave. Such an amazing show. Once a month lang, pero malaman. So have fun. May you be blessed tonight, everybody. And I hope that you could join us on our daily shows here in the Feast Bay area. At meron tayong during Lenten. Meron during Lent. May Lenten specials tayo. Every day may devotional tayo at 12 noon. And then sa Holy Week, abangan ninyo. Ganda. Maraming mangyayari sa atin. So Dave, nagulat ako sa hair mo. Erica, looking fresh. Good job, guys. Thank you so much. I miss you all. See you very soon.
Miss you, Kuya Dids. Thank you
Thanks,
so much.
Kuya
Let's
D!
give a round. Let's give a
Galing,
hand to
grabe.
our builder.
Sabi
Thank
sa
you
inyo,
for
nagtawag kami ng expert eh.
Hindi na niyo mababawi, Erica, kasi diba, nag-offline na siya.
Oo.
Hindi siya makakabalik sa frame.
Dali, balik ulit.
Anyway,
Teka lang. Wait lang
bumalik.
ha.
Balik!
O ya. Ulitin ko lang. Hindi po ako expert dito. I'm just trying and preaching the word. So, ano kayo dyan?
Ayan,
Nandito
para for
pa ako,
emphasis.
pinag-uusapan niyo na ako.
Uy,
Ayan,
pero
for
Kuya
emphasis,
D,
Kuya
ang galing na
Dids.
sinabi mo
Ah.
talaga. The mission may change yung pero, di ba, the mission still the same. Yung field man yung magbago.
Erica, ikaw ba yun? Ikaw ba yung nagtanong? Ikaw ba? Laglaga na to!
Teka lang, meeting ba?
Wala na.
Meeting?
Singles Diaries to.
Wala pala tayo sa
Singles
meeting.
to. Hindi pala to Zoom meeting. Ha?
I hope the Feast family are also having fun. This is how we do community. We live life together. Yun lang. Yun na. Alis na
Thank you,
talaga
Kuya
ako. Huwag
Dids.
yun na akong pag-usapan.
Ako hindi ka na
Thanks,
mag-usapan.
Kuya
Last
God
na
bless,
yun.
Didoy.
guys.
Thank you.
Alright. Thank you, Kuya Didoy. Thank you, Brother.
Oo.
Huwag na natin siya
Sobrang
pag-usapan.
malaman.
Baka bumalik na naman yan. Mamaya na, pag naka-log out na
Oo.
siya.
Totoo.
Anyway.
Pero grabe ha. Ang extreme lang kasi sinabi ni Kuya Didoy, pero ang dami niyo agad nakuha.
Grabe, malaman. So, we encourage our audience, those who are joining us tonight, to please share your thoughts about Juana's letter. Sabi niya naman, nanghingi naman siya ng thoughts natin. So, To those who are joining us via Facebook Live and
Yes.
YouTube, go ahead. And I'm sure Joanna is watching and waiting for your thoughts. And I'm
Mhm.
sure whatever you're gonna say can be used by God to speak to her. Ikaw, Erica,
Totoo.
what is what's something that struck you in this nung binabasa mo yung letter na to?
Ako siguro yung una kasi parang 'di ba nung nag-start yung letter niya, she mentioned na parang hindi raw niya ma-discuss, parang can't seem to discuss sa churchmates daw niya kasi parang
Mm.
natatakot siya na magkaroon siya ng bad image. Probably because kasi siguro parang magugulat, bakit ba't ka nag-resign? Ministry yan, sa church yan. So parang siguro everyone who's not, kumbaga, working for the ministry thinks that everything is okay. Tapos suddenly, nag-resign siya. So, probably, di ba? Probably. That's why parang hindi niya ma-discuss. But, ako siguro, what I will do if I am in that situation is that I'll just choose people na I think I can be vulnerable with. Kasi I think that's the sense of community, di ba, Brother Dave? We all know
Mm.
naman that if you're part of the kitchen serving, of course, you'll see all the dirty things sa kitchen eh, 'di ba? Hindi 'yun yung pag sinerve sa'yo maganda na. Of course, as a servant, and I think all the servants listening with us tonight, you will feel that eh, na parang, syempre, hindi yun perfect and all, but ako kay Joanna, siguro yung alam ko meron kang trusted people sa community mo, or if you're not yet ready, we're also here for you. I think it's important that you be vulnerable with some people that you can trust. Kasi mas
Agree.
masarap sa pakiramdam yun eh, di ba? Parang to be able to talk to someone kapag meron kang mga struggles. Hindi naman ang community, hindi naman yan pag okay lang ang lahat eh. It's
Correct.
also during those hardships and times na talagang you don't know what to do. That's
Mm.
also the beauty of the community, di ba, Brother Dave?
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Mhm.
agree with that, Erica, na ninote ko dun sa letter niya nga na I can't seem to discuss it with churchmates. And hindi ko alam kung saan ang journey ka, Joanna, pero I would agree. Ako,
Mhm.
I would agree. Yes, there will be a season where parang ayaw mong pag-usapan, ayaw mong kausapin, pero I think the people that are closest to you are the first people who will understand.
Mhm.
Alam mo yun, parang it's not about, sabi niya dito, it's not about having a bad image. It's because I'm sure matagal ka na sa church nyo. You've been
Mhm.
serving there, and I'm sure servants will relate to this, Erica, na I'm sure you build relationships there.
Mhm.
And siguro hindi lang dumating yung ganitong pagkakataon na something really big
Mhm.
it's bothering you, kaya hindi mo makita kung paano sila mag-react. But ako, I trust that if you're able to build that relationship with people around you, they will listen. And I'm not
Mhm.
saying mag-testimonial ka o pumunta ka doon on a service. What we are saying is even just one person that you can talk to. Kasi mahirap
Mhm.
dalhin yan ng ikaw lang. Diba,
Totoo.
Erica?
Yeah, tsaka 'di ba minsan kapag if you don't discuss it with friends or people you trust, you tend to create, you don't create, pero think about things worse than they already is. Or minsan, hindi
Mm.
naman talaga siya worse, wala naman talagang something. You just need someone who will listen to you and give you different perspective.
I think what Joanna is going through is normal. I
Mhm.
don't know. Fellow
Mhm.
servants there watching, let us know in the comment sections if you agree. But as a servant in the mission, it will not always be a fiesta. It will not always be good
Mhm.
days. There will always be bad days. There will always be,
Yes.
once in a while. Yes, you have joy in serving God's people and serving God to serving God's people. Sabi ni Dana, agree siya na hindi laging masaya. And I'm
Mhm.
sure your churchmates also experience the same, and if you
Mhm.
reach out to them, uh, they will definitely understand you kasi hindi lang naman siguro ikaw ang
Mhm.
nakakaranas o nakaranas ng ganyan, 'di ba, Erica? Tayo in ministry, sige nga. 'Di ba
Mhm.
there are moments when it's not always
Yes.
a celebration. There are moments when you have to understand more on certain times. There are moments when people need to understand you more
Mhm.
in sometimes, 'di ba? Minsan ikaw yung mag-iintindi, minsan ikaw yung nagpapaintindi,
Totoo, 'di
'di
ba?
ba? Parang
Yeah, tsaka dun, I think dun nga pumapasok yung importance of parang feeling ko, this is the time na mas kailangan niya yung mga taong pinagkakatiwalaan niya sa community. Kasi those people probably knows her and knows what's most important for Joanna. So I think Joanna, they will really help you a lot in this time. So huwag ka matakot kasi I don't think naman na masisiraan mo yung church to them in any way because again, you have different personal relationships with God eh. It's not really 'di ba, at the end of the day, sabi nga ni Kuya Didoy kanina, parang it's not the people that you serve, it's God. So, even sila, I think even whatever insights they will have after, it's their personal relationship with God na lang din naman yun eh.
correct. Ang ganda nung sinabi ni Harlen. Sabi niya, still serving for the same purpose even in a different way. 'Di ba? It's there's no one
Yes.
thing, there's no ito lang yung face, ito lang yung paraan kung paano ako makapag-serve. Thank you
Mhm.
Harlan for that. And nakaka-relate daw si Steph sa'yo, Joanna. Sabi ni Steph, I feel you, same situation, waiting for the one. Doon ka nakaka-relate. Waiting for
Okay.
waiting for the one and currently nag-iipon para sa kinabukasan. And which brings me to my next point, Sister Erica, no. Sabi niya dito sa letter
Mhm.
niya, she recently broke up with a boyfriend of 2 years.
Mhm.
So probably that's something that I don't know where you are in that journey, but
Mhm.
based sa letter recently eh. So alam mo yun, there are a lot of things happening recently. I
Mhm.
mean, natapos na yung 2020,
Totoo.
di ba? So you know, there must have been an effect that you feel this way at this season at the time when you just recently broke up. I don't know what's
Mhm.
the connection, but what I'm saying is everything is interrelated.
Yeah. Tsaka yung guilt feeling niya na parang feeling niya kulang yung pagse-serve niya just because hindi na siya full-time and all. Gusto ko rin yung sinabi ni Sis Pat. Hi, Ate Pat. Sabi niya, Joanna, find peace with your decision. Not serving full-time doesn't mean less service to the Lord because I believe where you are now or where will you be is where God wants you. And you can serve God still with all your heart. Right now, it might be your family. So serve their full-time. Our family is our first ministry. God bless. Ayan.
Ganda,
Ang ganda
ganda
ng
ng sinabi
sinabi
ni
ni
Ate
Ate.
Pat. Thank you, Ate Pat.
Coming
M-
from someone who's been serving for a long time, di ba? So,
Wag na
nag-iba-iba na rin
nating
yung,
wag na
oo,
nating sabihin kung ilan yung long time,
oo,
but
feeling ko si Ate Pat would know, di ba? Ang dami ng directions kung saan siya dinala ng service niya. But every time she said yes and she gave all her heart, di ba?
grabe yan. And yan, no? Ang ganda ng sinabi ni Ate Pat, Erica, na serving not serving full time doesn't mean less service to the Lord. And I want to take it from that kasi especially ngayong nag-pandemic, especially
Mhm.
ngayong online tayo. Kanina I for some reason I was scheduled to go to Mall of Asia.
Mhm.
And then we just realized na exactly a year ago was the last feast we held in Center Stage Mall of Asia exactly 1 year ago. And then
March 8! Totoo.
when I saw that message kanina sa chat group, and then I was on my way to MOA, and then naglalakad ako doon sa hallway kung saan we used to walk papuntang center stage. Nandun ako nakatayo ako sa harap ng center stage. Not as alam mo yun, not as busy as it was. And then and then I realized, alam mo yun, nagbago ang format.
Mhm.
Isang taon nang nakakaraan nung nagbago ang format. Pero the format may have changed, but the mission is
Mhm.
still the same.
Yes.
And siguro ganito din. Sometimes ito yung form, sometimes there's seasons na ito yung tinawag ka ni Lord para ito yung service that you do. But there are seasons na ito yung service na tinawag ka ni Lord to be. I mean, ikaw, Erica, 'di ba? Parang when we were
Mhm.
single, when we were not married, yun yung mga season ng tayo yung mga nauuna. Alam mo yun, yung
So, we're in every
maglilive pa
event,
sa Love
nandun
Life
tayo.
Retreat.
Oo.
Oo. Kada buwan or every 2 months na may Love Life Retreat, dapat nandun tayo, etc., etc. Pero, when we change our season, we are called to a different ministry,
Mhm.
a different service. But it doesn't mean that we are serving God less.
Totoo. Totoo. Tsaka, di ba, hindi naman yun sa quantity ng ginagawa mo eh. It's also the heart behind the service. So, I think most of our co-servants as well in the feast would be able to relate. Kasi dati we have the events, we have the live feast na nagsiserve lahat. But now it's really very limited. But, as what our brother Alvin said as well, diba? Parang the mission is still the same, still discipleship.
Mm.
So in our own little ways, lalo na ngayon may pandemic, someone out there might need someone that they can talk to, and maybe that's the service that you can do for the Lord, just to bring back that someone. Lalo ngayon na hindi ganun kadali yung panahon, diba?
Correct. And sabi niya naman dito, Erica, sa letter niya, hindi naman siya totally na umalis ng ministry eh.
Totoo!
Diba? On the later part of her letter, she was saying, dati siyang full-time for
Mhm.
almost 4 years. Dati siyang full-time. Pero ngayon, asan ba yung banda? She's still serving, di ba? If I get the letter right. Hindi siya totally nawala.
Yeah, she still serves 3 times a week, 3 times a month, sabi niya.
Oh, di ba? Parang, you still serve. I mean, there's no, ako personally, I think there's no, you're not lesser of a person, lesser of a servant,
Mhm.
and the more na there's no reason to be guilty. Uh, Una, hindi ka naman umalis, 'di
Mhm.
ba? Pangalawa, I don't think God will take it against you, against us, that we are, alam mo yun, we are given free will as well to really discern what is God's will for us.
Mhm. Agree.
Lalim ng discernment na yan.
Totoo.
Basa tayo ng comments, Erica, at ang lalim nitong pinag-uusapan natin.
Oo, para makahinga naman tayo ng konti. Okay. Sana ba? Ayun, sabi ni Steph D, we serve for God, pleasing Him, and not another person. Because we can do that to every person. Yeah.
Mm.
I agree. Sabi naman ni Rui, eto gusto ko, Brother Dave, sabi ni Rui, I serve in our parish in province since elementary days, but I ended up giving up my service because God called me here in Parañaque for a work. But after 4 years here in Parañaque, surprisingly, God called me again to serve Him this year. I am now serving in Feast Bikutan. I searched for Him for so long, but He is the one who found me again.
Amen. Di ba?
Totoo! Galing. Ganda nun. Thank you, Sis Rui.
Arvin is saying, kahit nakaranas ka ng heartbreak, isipin mo, mahal ka pa rin ni Lord. At
Papa sa Diyos.
ipagpasa Diyos mo na lang ang taong nang iwan sa'yo. Sinabi niya bang iniwan siya? Basta nag-broke up sila. Pero, yan.
Oo.
So, sinong gustong pumunta na may naiwan daw? Anyway. Yan. So, yeah, I think on a different point of view, on a different perspective, siguro dahil minsan, ako personally, on a personal note, parang for
Mhm.
the longest time, my definition of service was that every Sunday thing that we do.
Mhm.
Ah, Dati saan ba ako nagsimula? Nagsimula sa Love Life Retreat. Love Life
Mhm.
Retreat every twice, twice, hindi pala, once every 2 months. So that was my service. And then our service, Erica, evolved to when we had a separate session, 9
Mhm.
a.m. with Brother Migs, di ba? And then
Mm-hmm.
it evolved to Brother Didoy coming in. And then it evolved from reception hall to banquet hall to wherever to Mall of Asia eventually to center stage for 3 years, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're here. This is our service now. And to be honest, nung nagsimula, it's kinda nakakapanibago. And
Totoo.
and you ask yourself na, teka, nagsiserve pa ba ako kay Lord? But then I realized all along that, uh, it's seldom that we get a chance to serve in a different light than we used to. Ikaw ba, Erica?
Ako, I agree. Tsaka I think ang maganda naman dun sa letter ni Joanna, sa base na nakwento niya ha, parang nandun pa rin yung longing, Brother Dave eh. I mean, di ba, parang as you mentioned, nag-iba-iba na yung service natin throughout the years. And I don't think naman na parang, oh, dahil hindi na ito yung ginagawa mo, hindi ba na yung ginagawa mo, it makes you less of a servant and it makes, kumbaga yung willingness mo to give back to him and his people, I think hindi naman yun nagmamatter eh. Kasi I think every role na dinaanan natin, I mean, hello, dati
Mm.
nag-bus marshal, sabi mag-host, sige po, mag-host, mag-facilitator, go, di ba? Parang, I think the most important thing is the yes eh. Kasi hindi mo talaga alam kung saan ka dadali ni Lord. So I think Joanne is still in the right path naman because her heart for service is there, nandun pa rin yung willingness niya. She's still longing to, get closer to God probably. So,
Mm.
I think yun yung mas mahalaga. So, sana hindi na siya mag-guilty kasi you're still doing a good job, Joanna. Hindi lahat kaya mag-dedicate 3 times. Kahit 3 times a month lang yan, diba? Not everyone has that capacity and not
Correct.
everyone is called to do that. It's just you.
Ganda na
So,
sinabi ni Rufy, sabi niya, God will meet you where you are. The service
mm-hmm.
where God leads you is where He wants you to be, wherever that may be.
Totoo.
Thank you, Rufy. Ako gusto kong I wanna ask our audience tonight, especially those who have been serving. Kayo
Mm-hmm.
ba? Was there ever a time that you can relate to Joanna? Was there ever a time in service where you felt like you're called somewhere else and you felt guilty about it, or you thought you're called somewhere else, but you didn't go because you felt guilty of living something that you're doing. Sige nga, let us know in the comment section. Kwentuhan tayo. Ano yung may mga ganong moments ba kayo? Especially ngayon, no? Especially ngayon, Erica, yung mga sabi mo nga kanina, yung mga active servants natin before sa
Mm-hmm.
feast nung every Sunday may gathering. Every Sunday you look forward, pupunta ka sa venue, maaga yung call time mo, and then all of a sudden because of this new format, it eventually changed. So kung servant ka, how was it for you? Kumusta yung experience? Where are you in that journey? Let us know in the comment section.
Totoo. So, habang hihintay natin yung comments nila, Brother Dave, isa pang tinatanong ni Joanna dun sa letter niya is that parang she's also, parang naiisip niya rin yung finances niya kasi parang isa rin yung sa factor why she decided
Mm.
as well to leave the ministry. So, I think isa yung sa get factor na parang feeling niya just because I wanted to save more kaya ako iniwan and all. So, ikaw, anong masasabi mo naman to that aspect?
Unang-una, siguro for some people here with us tonight, baka nalilito kayo kung bakit work ministry. There are servants na full-time sa ministry.
Mm-hmm.
For other
Yes.
churches na
Yes.
talagang full-time employee, full-time servant sila doon, and that's their
Mm-hmm.
day job, their Monday to Friday, and they serve on Sunday, and they're being paid for it because it's ministry. It's not sometimes it's not as much as you are being paid in a corporate job. But there are some people who opt to do that because they want to serve the ministry.
Yes.
Uh,
It's their
I don't think
calling,
it's a
diba?
yes. I don't think it's an issue. Siguro that's something siguro guilty din siya. Sabi niya dito sa letter niya, Erica, for a while may na-mention sa dito about family eh. Na the
Mhm.
family have been supporting her in
Nung
in
nag-decide
the
siyang
nung
mag
nag-decide siya
full-time.
na sa full-time sa ministry. And luckily, ay hindi pala luckily, you are so blessed to have a family who supports you in your mission. 'Di ba? Hindi every day that you get to say you know, get the approval of family members knowing that you can get a better sum of money in other options rather than this person na pupuntahan ka nila. So I don't think that's an issue. Second, uh, I don't think then that God will take it against anybody if your
Mhm.
heart is for your family. Alam mo yon,
Yeah,
yung
totoo. Tsaka Brother Dave, 'di ba, may iba na parang hindi naman nagse-serve every Sunday, pero ang ginagawa naman nila, they give their tithes faithfully to the church. And I know
correct.
naman with I think sa kwento ni Joanna, feeling ko naman if she earns more, she also give more
I'm sure.
to the church, 'di ba? So parang sometimes iba-iba lang talaga ng form 'yun. And I think it's not narinig ko to kay Doc Itchel, 'di ba? Parang self-care is not selfish. So parang self-care niya na rin 'yun eh. She wants to take care of herself
Mm.
better, her future, her family. So I think it's not selfish naman, 'di ba, Brother Dave?
Correct. Naalala ko 'to, I was in a conversation with a pastor, years back. And then
Mhm.
sabi niya, serving is not just yung there are people who are called to be workers. And when you
Mhm.
say workers, yung every Sunday nandiyan ka. But there are
Mhm.
people who are called to be senders. Senders,
Mm.
those who are not in the field, but because of what they do outside of the field, they are able to contribute to what the mission is doing. Kumbaga, the
Mhm.
people in the mission is able to do what they do because there are people not necessarily in working literally inside the mission, but have been generously giving to the mission. That's why more people I reach out, more poor are fed, more, alam mo yun, I'm sure madami sa atin, some of you watching this, hindi ka naman on a Sunday, you're a regular attendee,
Mhm.
but you faithfully give your whatever it is that you are comfortable or genuinely uh from your generous heart, and that goes a long way. And siguro for some na nanonood, you consider yourself as a servant as well. If you're serving that way, ginagalingan mo sa negosyo mo so that
Mhm.
umunlad din yung mga empleyado mo, ginagalingan mo sa work mo para pag na-promote ka, mas malaki yung maibibigay mo sa ministry. That is also service, 'di ba?
Mhm. Totoo, totoo ka diyan, Brother Dave. Yung isa pa na parang ka-concern naman ni Joanna is that, syempre, di ba sabi niya, PS, parang she's still finding the new work for her to be able to provide for herself and for her family. Ikaw, ano masasabi ng Brother Dave? Ako kasi, feeling ko,
Ikaw
I think,
kasi you've been, alam mo yon, may hugot ka,
oo.
go.
Oo, ako din naman, I've been changing jobs for the past few years. And I think it's okay. It's okay to find out what you want to do. Kasi parang na-mention niyo din, di ba, Brother Dave, na parang sabi niya,
Hmm,
gusto niya raw matuto gusto niya lumabas. Probably being 4 years in the ministry, she feels
correct.
like she can do more elsewhere or, di ba, serve others elsewhere. So I think it's okay. Don't rush yourself to figure it out agad-agad. And 'di ba, I think naman she always pray kay God. So parang mag-pray lang talaga siya that God leads her to the new journey, new career path for her where she can be able to serve others and also serve her family. So
Mhm.
ako yun lang, hindi naman take your time na 1 year, 'di ba? So kung maipon ka, mayaman ka, go, 'di ba? Why not, 'di ba? Pero 'di ba, if you want to save up for your family and to be able to I think nagpo-provide din siya dun sa family, nagbibigay din siya. Just put yourself out there. Kasi 'di ba parang minsan ang tendency natin is parang napaparalyze tayo na saan ba ako mag-a-apply, saan ba yung maganda. I think it's like dating, brother Dave, for me ha. Parang go out there, try the interviews, get to know the company more and all. And then probably in the process, you'll learn ano ba talaga yung hinahanap mo sa isang company that you'll stay, 'di ba? Sometimes kasi parang you rush na, oh, hindi, the first interview I get, kapag binigyan na ako ng offer, go na yon. And that's fine as well. Kung okay naman sa'yo, align sa'yo yung values ng company, you feel like you learn a lot on those company. But if not yet, it's okay to take time. Basta gawin mo lang diligently yung kailangan mo din gawin. Syempre, you have to apply, you have to
You
attend
have
the
to do your assignments
interviews.
as well.
Yes, and habang wala ka pang work, probably find ang dami ng videos ngayon since we're all still in lockdown, di ba? Parang nasa
Correct.
GCQ pa rin tayo. So, I think you can also enhance your skills, learn new things, di ba? So that at the time na nandun ka na sa new company mo, you can add value to that company as well.
Beautifully said. Thank you, Erica. Sabi ni Steph, masaya naman mag-serve basta nagagamit mo yung mga talents mo para kay Lord at nangiging useful naman ito para sa ibang tao. If it's your calling to serve, take that opportunity.
Dalawa yung Steph D, no? Meron din sa Facebook, or is it the same person?
Ewan ko sa kanya, baka siya din yun. Kinakausap
Steph,
niya yung
ikaw
sarili
din ba
niya
yung
sa
nasa,
kabila.
YouTube?
Sa YouTube, ikaw din yun. Thank you sa suporta, ha. We appreciate it. Sino pa ba? Let's read some comments here before we conclude tonight. Arvin is saying, as a servant, I have to wake up early so I can watch Feast at Home 8 a.m. session. Yun, that's already
Totoo, service na rin yun.
serving. I mean, there are a lot of people who is involved in producing these things, and for Arvin to register as makita ng mga tao na may nanonood, may na-bless. It's already a blessing and a service. Sabi ni Rowie, yes po. Nawala ako sa ministry for so long and the feeling of guilt ay nandyan.
Nandyan.
But I just kept on praying and continue to trust Him kahit saan pa niya ako i-lead.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Sabi pa ni Arvin na si servant, natuto, typing, maging techie sa pakikinig ng online mass at talks online kahit minsan nawawala ng connection at sumasali sa Zoom meeting. Totoo, your participation is also a service, diba? Kasi at least you get to engage with, probably may mga bagong tao dyan na nakikinig at nanonood ng live, diba? So at least,
Correct.
ikaw din. Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, guys.
Sabi ni Steph, ayan, ako din yung nasa FB.
Sabi ko na,
Okay,
ikaw pa
thank
din.
you, Steph,
Ikaw din
sa
yan,
pag-confirm.
sa dalawang, yan, service yan, di ba?
Thank you for joining and supporting us.
Yeah, going online on a weekday to be with community is, para sa akin, it's already service. Kasi you're able to affirm and contribute, no? Ngayon, kay Joanna, and yeah, we don't know until when will this format be. We don't know when will things will get back to how we used to be. But if this, whatever it is that got us called us in this season, that is what's important. Ayan, humabol si Ira. Hinahanap ka, Erica.
Ikaw din. Sabi niya, hello, brother Dave and Ma'am
Hi, Ira.
Erica.
Thank you
Hi,
for joining
Ira.
us tonight. All right, sige. Last.
Brother Dave! Sorry, before ako, may nag-message lang sa akin. Sabi niya, gusto niya lang daw maging anonymous commenter. May term ba ganun?
Okay,
Anyway,
all right.
sabi niya, I sort of relate with Joanna. I'm also a current full-time missionary, but even before I become missionary, I knew that God is going to lead me somewhere else. It's just that God calls me in this specific mission at this specific season. I'm still waiting for God's leading, and I also know that I have a few more things to do in the current mission that God gave me. The waiting may be difficult and confusing, but faith lang. Because God is with you. He's journeying with you. Yan. Yun sabi
Kung sino
niya.
ka man, thank you for affirming. And thank you for sharing your
kasi
story.
tsaka baka narinig din to ni Joanna, di ba? Malay mo meron siyang mag-pop up na message si God sa kanya through this one as well.
One last kwento, Erica, before our closing thoughts.
Sure.
I had this friend before on this context. Naalala ko habang binabasa mo yung friend mo na nag-message sa
Mm-hmm.
anonymously. I had this friend who in our early days in corporate gave up her corporate job to be a full-time missionary in Vietnam. And hindi to yung Vietnam na tourist spot na Vietnam. Ah, ito yung Vietnam, Erica, na before they can uh, eat food or before they
Mm-hmm.
can take a bath, they will have to
Mm-hmm.
walk 2 hours to
Ooh.
papunta and 2 hours pabalik sa isang
Mm.
source of water. Yun
Wow.
yung naging mission niya for a time, and then after going back to the Philippines for that mission, uh, na-appreciate niya yung mission na yun.
Mm-hmm.
She grew through that mission, and then eventually she decided. I thought that is something that she'll do for the rest of her life. But
Mm-hmm.
after a few years, she decided to go back to corporate
Mm-hmm.
and excelled in corporate. Uh, and then while we were talking years after, sabi niya, naalala ko kasi ito yung pinag-uusapan natin. Sabi niya, alam mo Dave, na-realize ko, I can also serve God here. And now
Of
she's a
course.
mom. Naalagaan niya yung pamilya niya. She's still working. And alam mo yun, different seasons, different service. There's no
Mm-hmm.
one size fits all. Na ito lang
Totoo.
yung definition ko of service kay Lord. May time ng buhay natin na tayo yung nasa frontline, may time ng buhay natin na tayo yung worker, or may time ng buhay natin na as we alam mo yun, grow in our as we become good stewards of our finances and our family, we're able to send people and support ministry, and make an impact still, doing another thing different from what we used to do. Yun na-realize ko lang to. And looking at us ngayon, Erica, and we for those people who do not know, halos sabay kami niya ni Erica na pumasok ng ministry kasi pareho kaming Love Life Batch 4, #Bibo Kids. Hello sa lahat ng
Best
mga
batch
batch 4
ever.
dyan.
Char! Joke.
So, alam mo yun, we've seen each other journey in ministry. We've seen the
Mm-hmm.
times when kami yung maligalig. Ay, maligalig sa mga bagay-bagay.
Marami kami energy.
Kaming hanash, marami kaming energy. Ayan. So, and then as seasons change, as requirements change, as seasons in ministry as well change, you're called to a different service. And I don't think one service is greater than the other, Erica. Parang hindi ibig sabihin na media ka, hindi ka nakikita sa stage. Mas magaling yung music ministry kasi sila yung nasa stage. Or hindi
Mm-hmm.
ibig sabihin intercessory ka na nobody knows that you're even praying for the people. Your service is lesser than the warmth who is always there welcoming people. And hindi din ibig sabihin na ikaw yung warm at hindi ikaw yung nagdadasal para sa ibang tao. Your service is lesser. There's no such thing para sa akin. So, siguro as
Totoo.
last thoughts, ibibigay ko kay Erica yung parking words tonight. As last thoughts, Joanna, ito natutunan ko sa feast long time ago, uh, the power of and. I think that is one of the dilemma here, the power of and. Ako personally, I
Totoo.
used to think things should be mutually exclusive. A, option A, or option B,
Mm-hmm.
or option C, or option D. I've been
Totoo.
thinking of that for so long. I was in that perspective, and community taught me of the power of and. that you can do A and B and C and D. Uh, and God will not take it against you.
Totoo.
And God will
Beautiful.
not take it against you. If God is the one who impressed that in your heart, and you will bless a lot of people when you become excellent in what you do. I think just merely being excellent with integrity in whatever we do, whether that's in service, whether that's in family, whether that's in our career, that is already a an honor and a service to Jesus. Yan lang po. End of sharing. Magandang gabi.
Thanks, Brother Dave. Ako naman, before ko bigay yung final thoughts ko din, parang, actually, habang nagkukwento ko kanina, parang I realized, before, just, so everyone knows, kung sino may mga nanonood sa atin ngayon, I used to serve in the events nung may live feast pa kami. So, sanay ako in the background, wearing black, not being seen, and all. But at this season, at this stage, I'm called to do this. Is this my comfort zone? Definitely not.
Definitely not.
But again, diba, parang this is how is God trying to call me, to use me, hopefully, ngayon in this season. So, I feel you wherever season you are in right now, Joanna, sa kamandali ni Lord, I know that He will use you not because you're the most, pinakamagaling, most talented person to do the job. Ikaw yung tinawag niya specifically by name to do that specific mission in this season, and just embrace that. And di ba sabi nga pag nagpagamit ka kay Lord, it's gonna be times 1,000, infinity and beyond. so kapit
Amen.
lang. Siguro ako yung takeaway ko lang tonight, Brother Dave, is that gusto ko lang i-honor si Joanna kasi imagine, Brother Dave, di ba, she mentioned na parang recently nag-break sila ng 2 years na boyfriend niya. Tapos she's struggling to find a new career for herself. Pero sa lahat ng pinagdadaanan niya na yun, yung puso niya to serve, 'di ba? Parang ako parang baka hindi ko masyadong maisip yun. Kasi 'di ba? Parang
Correct.
for her to be able to think that way, it means talaga na parang she values her service, she values the relationship na meron siya kay Lord. And siguro, Joanna, right now, wherever you are, if you're listening tonight, excited ako sa ginagawa ni Lord sa puso mo. Excited ako sa anong plano niyang gawin sa'yo, lalo ngayon. Kasi parang despite the hardships, despite whatever you're going through right now, nandun pa rin eh. Nandun pa rin yung puso mo na isik siya, hanapin siya, and serve Him more. So, I'm just excited kung anong mangyayari at anong ginagawa ni Lord sa puso niya. Yun lang yung sa akin,
Amen.
Brother Dave. So, sa mga nanonood din tonight, guys, siguro nakarelate kayo kay Joanna at some point. Siguro may mga same din kayong pinagdadaanan. Kapit lang. Di ba sabi nga kanya, ka-faith lang daw.
May nabasa ako na meme ngayong linggo to.
Oo.
Sabi dun sa meme, God will turn your anxiety to anxiety.
Wow. Ang saya. Totoo, di ba?
All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. And a few announcements before we go. Sister Erica, asan na yung announcement na?
Yes. So, few announcements. First announcement, write us a letter. So, sabi nga namin ni Brother Dave, kung nakarelate ka kay Joanna, ang ating letter sender tonight, or if you have stories to share, na feeling mo baka may mga pinagdadaanan din ganun yung mga singles na katulad mo, then send your letter to us at singlesdiariesfba@gmail.com. So, if you don't need to worry, pwede ka maging anonymous and all, but I think your story could bless someone else too. So, don't hesitate to send your stories.
Yes, saantayin namin yan. And of course, next Monday is Personal on Mondays. Join us
Yes.
Next Monday, 8 p.m. still in Facebook and in YouTube. Let's see kung sinong kakausapin natin at magiging personal tayo sa susunod na linggo.
Totoo, abangan nyo yan. Next, we have our love offering. Yan, so how to give online. These are the options. You can send your tithes and love offerings to our Union Bank account, or you can go to our website, www.thefeastmallofasian.com. You can send stars via Facebook live stream. And if you want to also check other options on how you can give or kung gusto nyo ng other bank accounts, kindly send the message to our Facebook page and someone will send you the details.
Yeah,
Next.
right. Join us every day, guys. This is on your screens are our weekly shows. So Sunday is of course our feast. Monday is our singles gig. Every week, iba-iba tayo ng pag-uusapan. And Tuesday is
Yes.
better together for couples. Wednesday is for the youth. Feast at home youth at 5 o'clock. And youth after party at 8 p.m. with Brother Tony Valenzuela. Every Thursday is our liturgical Bible study with Father Michael Aguardia and Father Bob. So join us every Thursday, 8 p.m. in Biblia Conia. Every Friday, Erica?
Yes, every Friday meron naman tayo yung sa Feast at Home Manila. That's 4 p.m. with Brother Lev and Brother Ryan Capitulo. We also have TJF tonight, God is First. That's a worship night. And on Saturday, we have Fast Talk with Father and Son Talk Show with Brother Alvin Barcelona and Brother Ayu Barcelona.
Yeah, that's it, guys. So that's it for us this evening. We will see you again next
Yes.
month in
Again,
Single,
Singles Diaries.
where your story matters. Good night. God bless everybody.
Good
See you next
night.
month.
See you next month. Bye-bye.